enormous amount of time to helping children, to making them more fit and healthy. And he is going to introduce some other lovely stars today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. As she mentioned, I'm Greg Jennings of the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. I don't get to say that too many times, so I'll say it again, of the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to steal any of their limelight because, as you see here, we have some of our businessmen of the future and ladies of the future. So what I'm here to do is introduce to you these amazing kids, and they're going to tell us their solutions about their childhood obesity. The Post ran a contest on kids, and I actually, being from a smaller town, I don't really have a Post or kids Post and things like that, so it was quite interesting to go back there and read and review the posts that kids have. I think it's very unique. But they ran a section, Kids Post, and they received nearly 300 entries from a pool. They choose the top 6 essays that were very creative and very unique. And of those top 6, you have these kids up here today. Before I introduce these kids, just a little bit about myself. I have 3 daughters, as she mentioned, and I'm always trying to, my wife and I, we're always trying to think of innovative ways to enhance our eating habits at home, because as you all know, if you have kids, it's a struggle. Once you feed them a little bit of the dark side, they never want to come back to what's really right. So we're all trying to think of innovative ways to enhance our eating habits, not only for ourselves but for our kids, because they need it most. But I think it's great what you guys are doing, what the Let's Move, everyone's doing here. All of you obviously know the importance of this situation, the severity of childhood obesity. I'm partnered with the NFL, so I run a football camp each year, and we gear it towards football, but we really run the camp so kids can get out the house, get off the iPads and the iPods and all the game cubes, so they can be active for 5-6 hours of the day. Then we really drain them out for the parents so they can go home and get a good night's rest. But no, the seriousness of it, what we try to do with football camps, I think a lot of guys are going this route. We try to bring in life skills speakers from all different avenues, all different backgrounds, and what I try to do, I really try to put emphasis on having someone there who's going to talk about the importance of eating healthy, because I think for our kids nowadays, we don't see them eating as healthy as they should. And some of us adults, quite frankly, don't eat as healthy as we should. But I think that's a huge direction we need to kind of focus on. That's why I'm elated to be here. Thank you guys for having me. But with having said that, all 6 winners here with us today are going to tell us how they think they can solve this problem, how they think we as a whole can solve this problem. And our first, he's a little shy. I noticed. I just met all of them. I just met all of them back in the back. He's a little shy. But this is Truman Abbey, and he's going to read you his essay. You got to bear with us. We have some more.
My idea for fighting childhood obesity is to have all the kids eat their vegetables first. The cafeteria could have 2 lines. One could be called the veggies first line, which is fruits and vegetables. When I was little, my parents offered me fruits and vegetables first at every meal. Now I love vegetables. I usually get second helpings and sometimes even thirds.
That's Truman Abbey. Let's give him another round of applause. I think it's absolutely great that these kids have taken out some time and written these essays, and also that they come up here and would share it with you guys. This is tough. This is tough for you. Now, someone down the line may not be as shy. But Truman did a great job, right? Good job. Next we have Barney Kaza.
Circus is a solution to obesity. I do circus and PE on my special encore time, an after-school circus club, practice at home, and sometimes I do during my recess time. Some of the things I do for circus are juggle with scarves, balls, wings, and now I'm working on clubs. By juggling, you exercise your arms and your cardiovascular endurance gets activity too. I don't ever want to get obese. I want to be healthy and muscular and fresh. Circus is challenging, and that's why I like it.
We got a performer and everything. They don't need me. These kids are now our third contestant, or speaker, I should say. She's going to really influence America someday. I grasped that in about 2 minutes tops of meeting her. Dana Gerber, everyone.
You go to the market with milk with your kid. When you are scanning it, he begs for candy, pointing at a rack. You are forced to give in. Sound familiar? This happens more and more every year. In supermarkets, important foods like milk, butter, and eggs are in the last aisles so that along the way, your child can beg for their favorite sweet treat. More and more kids find this also an opportunity to snack, and before they know it, they are obese. Replace the candy racks at the market with magazines. That choice will slowly but surely shrink the number drastically.
You guys agree with me? Pretty good stuff there. Our next, this is Logan Haig. He aspires to be some type of quarterback or something because he is not letting this ball go. But here's Logan.
This is Logan. How are you going to solve childhood obesity, Logan? He thinks it would be important if kids made a garden at home, at school. And why would they want to make a garden? He thinks it's important for kids to eat fruits and vegetables, and gardening would be fun to give kids exercise, and it would be fun to do. Fruits and vegetables.
I think every teacher in America would love to have Logan in their classroom. He's just going to listen. He's not going to talk back and cause any problems. He's going to listen. Very attentive. Next we have